Welcome back to our channel. If you're planning a trip along the east coast of the United States, you're in for an incredible adventure. From bustling cities packed with history to scenic coastal escapes, this region has something for everyone. Whether you're a history lover, beachgoer, foodie, or nature enthusiast, we've got you covered. Today, we're breaking down the top must-visit destinations on the East Coast, complete with insider travel tips, fascinating facts, and local secrets. So grab a coffee, sit back, and let's explore. New York City, or the Big Apple, is one of the ride or a relaxing picnic. Statue of Liberty, September to October, for pleasant weather and fewer crowds. A visit to NYC is a bucket list experience filled with endless attractions. Top attractions. Times Square. The heart of NYC, this dazzling district is home to massive billboards, Broadway theaters, and bustling crowds. Central Park. Spanning 843 acres, this urban park is perfect for a scenic walk, a rowboat ride, or a relaxing picnic. Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. Visit this historic landmark to learn about America's immigrant history. Empire State Building. Head to the observation deck for panoramic views of the city skyline. Broadway. Catching a live performance is a must. Book tickets in advance for popular shows. The Met Museum, one of the world's largest museums, home to over 2 million works of art. Travel tips. Get the New York City Pass to save on multiple attractions. Visit in spring, April to May, or fall, September to October, for pleasant weather and fewer crowds. Use the subway system to get around efficiently. Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, is a free museums cover everything from art to aviation, monuments to free world-class museums. There's so much to explore. Top attractions. National Mall. Walk along this 2-mile stretch featuring landmarks like the Lincoln Memorial, Washington Monument, and World War II Memorial. The White House, the official residence of the U.S. President. Public tours are available but must be booked months in advance. Smithsonian Museums. These 19 free museums cover everything from art to aviation, including the National Air and Space Museum and National Museum of Natural History. U.S. Capitol Building. Take a guided tour to learn about American democracy. Georgetown, a historic district known for charming cobblestone streets, trendy boutiques, and waterfront dining. Travel tips. Visit in April to see the Cherry Blossom Festival in full bloom. Wear comfortable shoes. DC requires a lot of walking. Many attractions are free, so budget accordingly for food and transport. Boston is one of America's most historically sick. A campus tour of this Ivy League university in nearby Cambridge. It seamlessly blends history with modern attractions, making it a must-visit for history buffs and foodies alike. Top attractions. Freedom Trail, a 2.5-mile route that passes through 16 historic sites, including the Boston Tea Party ships, a museum, and Paul Revere's house. Fenway Park, the oldest baseball stadium in Major League Baseball and home to the Boston Red Sox. Harvard University. Take a campus tour of this Ivy League university in nearby Cambridge. Quincy Market, a vibrant food hall where you can try classic New England clam chowder and lobster rolls. Travel tips. Spring and fall are the best times to visit due to mild weather. Use the Boston Go card to save on attractions. Walk as much as possible. Boston is a very pedestrian-friendly city. Miami, Florida. Miami is at Everglades National Park. Take an airboat ride to spots, lively nightlife, and world-class dining. Miami is a favorite destination for travelers of all kinds. Top attractions. South Beach is known for its turquoise waters and vibrant Art Deco architecture. Wynwood Walls is a street art museum showcasing colorful murals by international artists. In Little Havana, you can experience Cuban culture with live music, authentic food, and hand-rolled cigars. At Everglades National Park, take an airboat ride to spot alligators in their natural habitat. And don't miss the Vizcaya Museum and Gardens, a stunning Italian-style villa with breathtaking gardens. Travel tips. Visit in winter from December to April for the best weather. Book hotels early. Miami can be pricey, especially in peak season. And don't forget sunscreen and lightweight clothing for the humid climate. Orlando, Florida. Orlando is a dream launch if you're lucky. SeaWorld Orlando is home to world-famous theme parks. It's an entertainment hub like no other. Top attractions. Walt Disney World is the most magical place on Earth, featuring 4 parks: Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. At Universal Studios, ride thrilling roller coasters and visit the wizarding world of Harry Potter. The Kennedy Space Center lets you learn about space exploration and even see a rocket launch if you're lucky. SeaWorld Orlando is an aquatic-themed park with shows, marine exhibits, and exciting rides. Travel tips, book tickets in advance, and use Genie Plus at Disney to skip long lines. Visit during off-peak months, like January to February and September to November, for lower crowds, and stay at on-site hotels to get early park access and free transportation. Charleston, South Carolina. Spanish Moss. The Charleston City Market is a historic horse-drawn carriage tour to experience the historic dates and Southern hospitality. Founded in 1670, it boasts a rich colonial and Civil War history. Top attractions. Rainbow Row is a series of 13 brightly colored historic homes dating back to the 18th century. Magnolia Plantation and Gardens is one of America's most beautiful gardens, featuring centuries-old oak trees draped in Spanish moss. The Charleston City Market is a historic open-air market featuring local crafts, including the famous sweetgrass baskets. Fort Sumter is the site where the first shots of the Civil War were fired, and King Street is a vibrant shopping and dining district with some of the best Southern cuisine. Travel tips. The best times to visit are spring, from March to May, and fall, from September to November, when the weather is pleasant. Be sure to try the shrimp and grits or she crab soup, two low-country specialties, and take a horse-drawn carriage tour to experience the historic district in style. Savannah, Georgia. Savannah is known for Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Ghost tour. It's one of the most beautiful cities in the South, blending history with a lively art scene. Top attractions. Forsyth Park, a 30-acre park with a famous fountain perfect for a morning stroll. River Street, a historic waterfront area with boutique shops, bars, and restaurants. Bonaventure Cemetery, one of the most beautiful cemeteries in the United States, made famous by the book Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Ghost tours. Savannah is considered one of the most haunted cities in the United States, and nighttime ghost tours are a must. Wormslow Historic Site, a breathtaking avenue of live oaks leading to colonial ruins. Travel tips. Savannah is walkable, so wear comfortable shoes. Visit in March for the St. Patrick's Day Parade, one of the largest in the country. Try pecan pralines and Savannah's famous fried green tomatoes. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia, food markets in the United States where you can try an authentic Philly visit for history buffs. It also has a vibrant arts and food scene. Top attractions. Independence Hall, where the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution were signed. Liberty Bell, a symbol of freedom located near Independence Hall. Philadelphia Museum of Art, home to the famous Rocky Steps and an incredible collection of artwork. Reading Terminal Market, one of the best food markets in the United States where you can try an authentic Philly cheesesteak. Eastern State Penitentiary, a former prison-turned-museum that once held Al Capone. Travel tips. Use the Philly Flash Bus for easy transport between major attractions. Visit in fall for pleasant weather and fewer crowds. Don't just try one cheesesteak. Compare Pat's and Geno's to see which is better. Acadia National Park, Maine. Acadia's crash with a thunderous roar. Sand Beach, on the East Coast. It offers stunning coastal views, hiking trails, and a glimpse of Maine's rugged beauty. Top attractions: Cadillac Mountain, the highest point on the East Coast and the first place in the United States to see the sunrise. Jordan Pond, a peaceful lake surrounded by mountains, famous for the popovers served at Jordan Pond House. Thunderhole, a natural rock inlet where waves crash with a thunderous roar. Sand Beach, a rare sandy beach in Maine surrounded by granite cliffs. Bass Harbor Head Lighthouse, a classic New England lighthouse perched on a rocky coastline. Travel tips. Visit in fall from September to October for stunning foliage. Drive the Park Loop Road for the best scenic views. Accommodations in Bar Harbor fill up fast. Book early. The Outer Banks, North Carolina. Sand dunes on the East Coast. For travel tips, Island's known for its wild beauty, rich history, and stunning beaches. Top attractions include the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse, which is one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. The Wright Brothers National Memorial, the site of the first powered flight in 1903. You can also see the wild horses of Corolla, Spanish Mustangs that have roamed the area for centuries. Jockey's Ridge State Park is home to the largest sand dunes on the East Coast. For travel tips, consider renting a beach house for a classic OBX experience. Visit in May or September for warm weather without the summer crowds. And take a ferry to Ocracoke Island, a remote and charming destination. Asheville, North Carolina. Spectacular leaf peeping. Asheville is a craft of outdoor lovers, artists, and foodies. Top attractions include the Blue Ridge Parkway, a scenic drive with breathtaking views, and the Biltmore Estate, America's largest privately owned home, built by George Vanderbilt. Downtown Asheville is filled with art galleries, craft breweries, and live music. Chimney Rock State Park is a must-visit for hiking and stunning landscapes. For travel tips, visit in fall for spectacular leaf peeping. Asheville is a craft beer capital, so try local breweries like Wicked Weed. Also, book a Blue Ridge Parkway cabin for a unique mountain retreat. Niagara Falls, New York. Niagara Falls, stunning viewpoints. The Niagara Gorge Trail is straddling the US-Canada border. It consists of 3 waterfalls: Horseshoe Falls, American Falls, and Bridal Veil Falls, creating a breathtaking spectacle. Top attractions include the Maid of the Mist, a boat tour that takes you right up to the falls, and the Cave of the Winds, where you can walk along wooden platforms near the base of Bridal Veil Falls. Niagara Falls State Park is the oldest state park in the United States with stunning viewpoints. The Niagara Gorge Trail is a scenic hiking trail with panoramic views. For travel tips, visit the Canadian side for a better full view of the falls. Book a helicopter tour for an aerial perspective. And the falls are illuminated at night with colorful lights. Don't miss it. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Hiking trails. Travel tips. Visit in Late's lively boardwalk, amusement parks, and over 60 miles of sandy shoreline. Top attractions include Myrtle Beach Boardwalk, a classic beachside promenade with shops and restaurants, Sky Wheel, a massive Ferris wheel offering panoramic ocean views, Broadway at the Beach, a shopping and entertainment complex with fun attractions, Huntington Beach State Park, a quieter beach with wildlife and hiking trails. Travel tips. Visit in late spring or early fall for fewer crowds and great weather. Check out the seafood buffets, famous in the area. Book a beachfront resort for the best experience. St. Augustine, Florida. St. Augustine, Ponce de Leon's legendary search for eternal youth. In 1565. It's packed with history, charm, and beautiful waterfront views. Top attractions include Castillo de San Marcos, a 17th century Spanish fortress overlooking the bay, St. George Street, a pedestrian-only street lined with boutiques and cafes, Anastasia State Park, a beautiful beach and nature preserve, Fountain of Youth Archaeological Park, a historic site linked to Ponce de Leon's legendary search for eternal youth. Travel tips. Take a ghost tour. St. Augustine is rumored to be one of the most haunted cities in America. Visit during December for the Nights of Lights Festival. Wear comfortable shoes. The cobblestone streets are charming but tough on the feet. The Hamptons, New York. The Hamptons prices. Rent a bike to explore scenic beachside roads for their pristine beaches, celebrity homes, and charming coastal towns. Top attractions include Cooper's Beach, one of the most beautiful beaches in the U.S. Montauk Point Lighthouse, the oldest lighthouse in New York. Sag Harbor, a charming waterfront town with boutiques and art galleries. Wolfer Estate Vineyard, a top spot for wine tasting in the Hamptons. Travel tips. Summer is the best time to visit, but expect high prices. Rent a bike to explore scenic beachside roads. Make restaurant reservations weeks in advance. Spots fill up quickly. Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Visit in June or September to avoid peak crowds. Charming coastal towns, scenic beaches, and incredible seafood. Top attractions include Provincetown, a lively LGBTQ plus friendly town with art galleries and whale watching tours. Nauset Beach, a perfect spot for relaxing and surfing. Chatham Lighthouse, a historic lighthouse with great coastal views. Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket, popular islands accessible via ferry. Travel tips. Visit in June or September to avoid peak crowds. Try the lobster rolls and clam chowder. They're legendary here. Take a ferry to the islands for a peaceful escape. Bar Harbor, Maine. Bar Harbor is the gateway. This small town fills up fast. Rent a kayak or take it for nature lovers. It's also known for its delicious seafood and charming downtown. Top attractions include Frenchman Bay, a stunning waterfront area with whale-watching tours. Cadillac Mountain, the first place in the United States to see the sunrise. Lobster Pounds, casual restaurants where you can eat fresh Maine lobster. Travel tips: visit in fall for beautiful foliage. Book hotels early. This small town fills up fast. Rent a kayak or take a sailing tour to explore the coast. Burlington, Vermont. Burlington is a picturesque tips fall from September to October is the best vibrant downtown and craft beer scene. Top attractions include Lake Champlain, take a scenic boat tour or relax on the waterfront. Church Street Marketplace, a pedestrian-only shopping street lined with boutiques, cafes, and street performers. Shelburne Museum, an eclectic museum showcasing New England history and art. Ben & Jerry's Factory Tour, visit the birthplace of one of America's most beloved ice creams. Travel tips: fall from September to October is the best time to visit for spectacular foliage. Rent a bike and explore the scenic Burlington bike path along the lake. Try Vermont maple syrup, it's some of the best in the world. Woodstock, Vermont. Woodstock is a quintessential cozy bed and breakfast for an authentic New England experience in fall. Top attractions: Middle Covered Bridge, one of Vermont's most famous covered bridges. Billings Farm and Museum, a working dairy farm where visitors can experience rural life. Marsh Billings Rockefeller National Park, a beautiful spot for hiking and photography. Sugarbush Farm, where you can sample delicious Vermont cheeses and maple syrup. Travel tips: visit during autumn for peak leaf peeping. Stay in a cozy bed and breakfast for an authentic New England experience. Take a horse-drawn carriage ride for a magical tour of town. Cape May, New Jersey. Cape May is warm weather with fewer crowds. Stay at a Victorian-style Victorian architecture, pristine beaches, and laid-back charm. Top attractions include Cape May Lighthouse, where you can climb to the top for breathtaking views. Washington Street Mall, a pedestrian-friendly shopping and dining district. Whale watching tours, where you can spot dolphins and whales off the Jersey Shore. Sunset Beach, a perfect spot to watch the sun dip below the horizon. Travel tips: visit in September for warm weather with fewer crowds. Stay at a Victorian-style inn for a classic Cape May experience. Try the fresh seafood, especially the local scallops. Atlantic City, New Jersey. Atlantic City Water Taffy, a famous Atlantic City treat. Casinos, beaches, and nightlife. Top attractions include the Atlantic City Boardwalk, one of the oldest boardwalks in the United States, lined with shops, arcades, and restaurants. Casinos, where you can test your luck at the Borgata, Caesars, or Hard Rock Casino. Steel Pier, a classic amusement park with rides and games. Absecon Lighthouse, the tallest lighthouse in New Jersey. Travel tips: try the saltwater taffy, a famous Atlantic City treat. Visit during the summer for the best beach weather. Take a day trip to nearby Ocean City for a more family-friendly experience. Virginia Beach, Virginia. Virginia Beach is a summer for warm weather with fewer crowds. Take a kayaking, family-friendly attractions. Top attractions include the Virginia Beach Boardwalk is a 3-mile oceanfront walkway with shops and cafes. First Landing State Park is a historic park where English settlers first landed in 1607. Cape Henry Lighthouse is one of the oldest lighthouses in the United States. And for aviation enthusiasts, the Military Aviation Museum is a must-visit. Travel tips: visit in late summer for warm weather with fewer crowds. Take a kayaking tour to see wild dolphins. And don't forget to try Chesapeake Bay blue crabs, a local delicacy. Williamsburg, Virginia. Williamsburg is a living history museum offering a step back into the 18th century. Top attractions include Colonial Williamsburg. Costumed interpreters bring history to life in this immersive experience. Jamestown Settlement. Learn about America's first permanent English colony. Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. A European-themed amusement park with thrilling rides. Travel tips: get a combination ticket to visit all historic sites. Visit during December for a magical colonial Christmas experience. Shenandoah National Park, Virginia. Shenandoah is a hiker's paradise in the Blue Ridge Mountains, featuring breathtaking scenery and diverse wildlife. Top attractions include Skyline Drive, a 105-mile scenic road with stunning overlooks. Old Rag Mountain, one of the most famous hikes on the East Coast. Dark Hollow Falls, a beautiful cascading waterfall. Travel tips: visit in fall for the best foliage views. Wear layers, mountain weather changes quickly. Annapolis, Maryland. Annapolis is known as America's sailing capital, offering waterfront charm, colonial history, and fresh seafood. Top attractions: U.S. Naval Academy. Take a guided tour of this prestigious military institution. Chesapeake Bay. Go on a sailing tour or enjoy waterfront dining. Historic downtown stroll past 18th century buildings and charming boutiques. Travel tips: try Maryland crab cakes, they're famous here. Visit during the spring or fall regattas for exciting boat races. That wraps up our ultimate East Coast USA travel guide. From iconic cities to hidden gems, the East Coast is full of unforgettable experiences. Which destination is your favorite? Let us know in the comments. If you loved this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more travel inspiration with Travelvous. See you on the next adventure.